Hello and welcome back to the Misfits podcast, rated 5 stars on iTunes by Chef Gonzalez. He says, as a member of the intelligent portion of the Misfits fan base, I would just like to say we do exist, and we aptly reject Swagger Souls as being a member of such a community. What's your response?
What was that?
He says that as an intelligent member of the Misfits fan base, he wants to reject you from the
He
community.
wants to reject me from the community. What's his name?
Chef Gonzalez.
Chef Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Stick to cooking food, motherfucker.
Well,
All right?
wow, it's kind of insecure of you, Swagger. It kind of seems like you're bothered by his comment about your intelligence. Not such a smart cookie after all, are you, buddy?
No.
Not just a smart cookie.
Nope.
What do you really know?
What do I know?
Nothing.
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 I watch V-Stars when I'm high. I'm not intellectual. What do you want from me?
Swagger Souls is on the show.
Hello. I'm
Hi.
smart.
You are smart.
Yes.
You're smarter than me.
Yeah.
I doubt it.
Oh, well.
Let's do it. Let's do an intelligence test right now.
Okay.
Matt, ask me anything.
Are you wearing underwear today?
Nope.
Damn.
A very smart man.
Matt's on the show as well.
Yo, what'd it do?
And we're also joined, believe it or not, by fucking Meso.
What's going on?
Okay,
Hey.
ZUCKLES
How's
is
it
here.
be?
Big
And-
Pog.
Mason
Brother
Point
of
five.
Meso,
How's it going?
birthday
How's
boy,
it going, boys?
Kobe.
Kobe
J.
Kobe
KJ.
J.
How we
here.
going? How we going?
How
On the
are you,
podcast
man?
as well. It's
Happy
the two-
birthday.
Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad to be here. I really am.
The boys from Geelong are here.
Yep.
The boys from J-Town.
The brothers.
Yep.
How you guys doing? Still brothers?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good to
I
hear.
think
Man,
so.
that's good.
Yeah.
We
Wow.
haven't had a biological test yet, so
Fuck.
there's no
Oh,
God only
guarantee.
knows.
But I mean, I think so.
At least half brothers.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
the very least.
Brothers in spirit.
So,
Kobe.
uh,
How old are you, mate?
I'm 19 now.
He's 19.
Oh.
Today.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, you're so old. Oh, you
dude.
poor
Jesus,
thing.
dude.
Oh,
My
God.
back cracks when I get up in the morning.
Oh, does it?
Yep. Because I'm just that old.
How do you feel being 19? What's your new perspective on life?
I don't know. I just woke up feeling the exact fucking same, to
Yeah,
be honest.
sounds
with
like
you.
my
Nothing
19th
really
birthday.
changes, you know. Wake up,
Yeah, it's just another fucking day.
have a cuppa.
Yeah, wait until next year when you turn 20 and your entire worldview falls apart.
Yeah,
And you realize that you'll never be a kid again.
yeah,
That
that'll
you're an
suck.
adult from that point forward.
I've
Good
gotta
old
really,
20s. That was a good
I've
one.
really got to
yeah.
live this year to the fullest, don't I?
Well, you're going to.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should live every year to the fullest, Kobe, because you
Yeah.
will die someday.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Mm.
You're right. Fitz.
Hopefully later than sooner.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But you can never know. Everyone dies. Everyone's doing it.
Sure. Yeah.
Everyone's doing it.
It's like the hot new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been the thing, really.
COVID, dude. It's 2020 fad.
Honestly,
It'll
dying-
pass soon.
Dying's probably one of the most consistent trends in human history.
It's true.
Like
Dying's
everyone's
never gone out of style.
Yeah, it's like dropping
No.
dead. It's one of the most fashionable things you can do.
Mm.
Everyone talks about it when it happens. Oh no,
Mhm.
he's dead. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
What do you
don't
reckon,
wanna-
Base?
I don't want to
I don't know
die.
how it's a trend, but
Well, it's a trend, bro.
It shouldn't be.
Why?
If it was, then everyone would overpopulate.
I'm not saying dying's good. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that everyone does it.
Yeah, everybody does
one of
it. It's
those
like
things-
something
Yeah,
that,
true.
It's like
you know,
shitting, coming,
true.
peeing. We all die
Yeah, you're
someday,
right. You're
one way
right.
or another. How you reckon you'll die?
Oh, that's a good question. I reckon.
AIDS, train.
I
hit
don't know.
by a car.
I reckon I'll fall from a height.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that.
Because like
Whoa.
when like for example when we went to Matt's house the other night, I like Matt lives up in a big apartment like on what the 30th floor,
Something like that, yeah.
something like that. And like I went out to the balcony and just like not even the balcony, just being in the room just like made my stomach
Oh, you
turn.
don't
You get
like
vertigo.
Yeah, like I just like I have bad dreams about like being up super high
Really?
places and like that makes me sick and shit. Like I don't know, it was
Yeah.
just fucking trippy.
You get like sweaty
yeah.
palms whenever you like go towards the edge. you
It's
look
just an
over, it's
anxious thing. I don't know.
I had a
Yeah,
dream once where I was on top of a big diving board and I dove off into the pool, and then it turns out there was no water in the pool, and I just hit the bottom of the pool.
Did you wake up when you
I
landed?
did. I woke up
Yeah.
as soon as I landed.
Oh,
I
it's
was
so boring, dude.
drenched in sweat. But I think the dream I was falling for ages. Like most of the dream was just the fall.
Big
like-
dive.
Is it Inception?
I had this dream once where like I was on this fucking like building like at my school or some shit, And I just kept jumping off it and respawning on the top.
So your tat's
going
going searching up there.
Like, before I hit the ground, like I just hear this ringing, and then like I'd just be back up there and just keep doing it.
Jesus.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
whenever I would have dreams about dying, it would always be through like drowning. It would always be like I'm on a dock fishing, and then like a really big fish would bite the hook, and then it would pull me into the water, and then I'd
fuck.
go under, and then I'd be in a riptide, and I would never be able to get up for air.
What kind of fish you reckon it was? Shark?
Probably a shark, something big enough
Sea.
to rip my ass into the
What's
water.
that one thing? The Loch Ness monster. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
Called
Nessie.
Nelly.
Imagine
Yeah.
getting that on
Nessie?
the hook.
I had other ones where like
You
I'm
need a
on a
big
beach
rod.
and like a just fucking giant wave is coming around, and like I can't get out of the cycle of like being pulled into the water and being back onto the beach and being pulled in. Those are like, my stress dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to hate swimming in the ocean because like I would stand on a shell and I think it's a crab, or I would like feel seaweed on my leg and I think it's a
Oh, that was
fucking
the
sea
worst. You feel
serpent.
fucking
Yeah.
seaweed.
Yeah.
You know?
Jellyfish paz the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
Fuck
jellyfish.
jellies.
Yeah.
I went donutting. You know what donutting is?
Yeah.
Is it
Like,
like
Yeah.
like where
little
you
tube thing?
Yeah, you go out on a boat and you like attach like inflatable donut thing that you
Oh,
sit
yeah,
on,
water
and the
tubing.
boat drags you.
Yeah, yeah.
I went like for the first this was like a year ago. I went for the first time like in like I don't know 8 years, and we were just on the donut having a good time.
To
and
hit the
then-
wave and then go flying.
Yeah,
up.
I flew off and I was like, oh yeah, that was hectic. I flew off, and then like they got like maybe 100 meters away from me, and then I was just sitting out in the ocean, and I was just like, all right,
Wait, guys.
this actually is kind of starting to.
Were you
all right,
wearing
can you
a-
guys come? Yeah, I had a life
Yeah,
jacket, but it
good.
was just in the
Yeah.
middle of the ocean. You don't
That's-
know what's below you.
Yeah.
That'd be
Like,
it's
petrifying.
just-
That's the scariest
Yeah,
thing.
it's
To be in the
just
middle of
like-
the
That's one of
ocean.
my biggest phobias is being out in open water with like no
Yeah,
land
no
in
land
sight,
or anything.
especially at night. Like you can't see anything that's under you. Like especially out here in Australia, I'd be fucking worried that a great white would just fucking come out and nip
Yeah.
me.
Or a
Yeah.
stingray.
There's something about just having your legs sitting like below the water and you can't see what's beneath you.
Yeah.
And
You have
just
to,
kind of-
if you're out in open water, you have to swim a certain way, so that way you don't look like an injured seal or like an injured fish.
Right.
You have to swim in rhythmic, even strokes, so that like
to look-
sharks and shit look at you and they're like, yeah, it's not worth my effort.
He's a competent swimmer. Yeah.
Because sharks only attack people that like surfboard and shit because from the
who like
bottom,
Look like a
surfers.
seal going.
yeah,
like,
well, it looks like a turtle, like a big turtle.
Oh.
They get
Why
one
would
taste
they-
and then spit you out.
Why would a shark want a turtle? Isn't like the shell kind of annoying to get
Yeah,
around?
Well,
I
the
think
skin's
they-
the best part, you know.
I don't think
The
I don't
skin?
know if
Yeah.
they give a fuck.
Get a little crunch to it.
The
Yeah,
shell, they just
yeah.
crunched right through the shell. You're right.
Yeah,
same way
a
as
lot
like
of
eating
them
fried
do.
chicken.
Crack it
Same
like
thing.
a walnut.
Turtle shell a delicacy or
To sharks, maybe.
Probably to sharks. Probably gives them their calcium.
surely a
Surely-
shark can't eat a fucking turtle.
Yeah, surely they can.
Surely somewhere in the world people eat turtles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had turtle
absolutely.
before. I've had
No, you haven't.
yeah,
the
turtle. I had
fuck?
turtle soup.
Turtle
Like
soup. What it
yeah.
tastes like?
it was weird. It tasted really sweet.
Tastes like Franklin.
Not my
From
my
GTA?
man Franklin.
No, Franklin the
No.
cartoon turtle is a cartoon.
GTA. Oh no. Oh my.
Yes, Franklin from GTA Cobra. That's what it tasted like. We all know the taste of Franklin from GTA.
Oh, bro, would have tasted mad.
What a tasty guy.
I recommend it.
What the sea creature that I'm really fascinated by is orca whales.
Oh,
Because they're like hyper intelligent and they communicate with each other and they're just dope as fuck. They're like terrifying machines of murder.
Oh, the black and white ones.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
killer whales.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you call them killer whales?
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
They play with their food before they eat it too. They're fucking
That's fucked.
assholes. They're
Oh yeah, they'll
fucking
take like
assholes.
seals and like throw them up in the air
Yeah,
and then jump up. and
yeah,
grab
dude.
'em.
They'll
That's
just bite their
fucked.
limbs off and just play with them and then eat them
Mm-hmm.
like when they're done.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think like there are actually some pretty intelligent beings down there in the old
Yeah,
ocean.
dolphins bite the heads off of fish and then fuck them. Use them as a flashlight.
Where
You
they
know
fuck,
that?
they fuck the neck
Yeah.
hole.
They fucked the neck hole. Have you ever seen that? There's literally a video of a
That's
dolphin.
some creative stuff.
Of a
I'm watching the
dolphin.
wrong
They're
kind of
smart,
porn.
yeah.
A dolphin sticking his cock into the carcass of a dead fish and just having a gay old time.
Literally.
Yeah,
That sounds mad.
it's mad. Dolphins are pieces of shit, dude.
I don't know. They're just misunderstood, I think.
And
They're
I don't
beautiful
know.
creatures.
Have you seen that response video? It
That
clears
was
up
pretty
a lot.
convincing. Yeah.
Yeah, they were sitting there with their dogfish, petting it,
Yeah.
saying, yeah, they go. First
It's like,
they do.
wow, that
First,
makes a lot of sense. Wow.
First they like inhale. They do like the deep inhale at the start, and then a couple bubbles go out of their blowhole, and then they start squeaking.
I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Gotta love dolphins, dude.
Dude,
Super smart guys.
pog.
Yeah, you guys follow any dolphins on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite dolphin?
Samantha.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's hot.
She's got the sharpest fin, man.
Yeah. Hell of a blowhole on that one too.
hell of a
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite sea creature?
Sharks.
Yeah.
Seahorse. They're
Sharks
so
are-
interesting, bro.
Oh,
Seahorses.
seahorses. I haven't
Yeah.
heard about seahorses in a while. They kind of fell off.
That's what I mean. You just like completely forget about them. And then my mate sent me a picture of a baby one, and I was like, they fucking exist. Cunt.
Yeah, I forgot they existed
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
maybe 5 years before I went to an aquarium and saw one. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, these little fucking retards they're still here.
They're so fucking whack.
Yeah, dude, the males fucking shoot at the babies.
Yeah, it's fucking
Like literally, right?
Literally, like
They
right
just,
at their
jizz
stomach.
them
It's
out.
like a ping pong
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, they have pouches.
It's a
You
good
ever
sea
been
of
to a
babies.
ping pong show, Fitz?
A ping pong show? I think I know what one you're referring to.
Oh, I think yes,
Don't
a
worry,
ping pong
Fitz,
show.
I'll take you to Thailand. We'll go to a ping pong show.
That sound
fuck.
amazing?
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So do I'm not gonna get into it. Well, actually, I might as well
Let's
get
do it.
into
Might
it.
as well.
So, with a ping pong show, do
They do a lot more things than just a ping pong.
But do they like have assistants in shooting it out? Like, does someone punch him in the stomach?
no, they just one man army
That's-
that shit, bro.
So they just
They do darts. They do darts into balloons.
Wait,
They
no.
do-
what?
Can they like hit
They
a
do-
bullseye with the dart?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
they
fuck
do
off.
like they just like shoot the balls out to the crowd. Like, I mean, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can probably,
Dude,
you know.
a pussy gives life, but a pussy also takes it away.
Damn girl, you got a
Yeah.
nice pussy.
I bought a taper.
Damn girl, you got a nice puss. Look at a whiff of that puss. Yeah, no, sorry.
We are totally going to a ping pong show, man.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'll look into that.
Well,
Hell yeah.
How does the woman look when she's doing the performance? Is she like
In
enthusiastic? Is she
In
actually looking
pain.
pain? Whose idea was it? Like, was it her idea? Was
How
it
do
like
you-
the promoter of
I
the
don't
club's
know.
idea?
How do
Dude,
you-
it's a Thailand thing.
How do you
right?
learn that talent? Like, how the hell
I
do you
don't-
even get into that fucking
You don't
industry?
ask questions. You go in, you sit down, and you.
Hey, girl, here's your ping
Did
pong
they do
ball.
the
Figure
bird
it
one?
out.
Did they do the bird one?
Bird?
Oh, I can't
bird?
remember. I
Like
reckon
pulling a
they
bird
didn't.
out of a hat.
if they did that, I would have remembered. So
Yeah.
they didn't do that one. I was with my mate though, and he went home with one of the chicks' bras, and they took all his money. They just got all his money out of him because they just made him. Or they seduced him, and then he ended up getting really drunk and just bought him
Yeah.
all drinks.
Ping pong game's that good.
And
Shit.
then,
Wow.
Reminds me of Poland.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, speaking of going places,
Yeah, I was gonna
We're
say,
heading somewhere, aren't
are
we?
we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah,
Yes, we
let's do
are.
it. We always
It's the
spoil
reason
our
why
adventures on the
We're going to the
podcast.
snow.
going to the snow.
Woo, it's gonna be my first time ever seeing the snow.
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't done it before?
No, never.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
used to skateboard and all that kind of stuff as a kid. I surfed a little bit.
it's so weird. I like being in Australia, coming from like the area I came from, because like East Coast U.S. Northeast gets a lot of snow, and like when I hear Australians being like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to the snow," I'm like, "You go to the snow? Like it doesn't come to you? Like like you have to actually physically."
No, not
travel
everyone
to
has
where the
Amazon
snow is.
Prime, okay? So I just get the snow
Order a
delivered.
box of snow. No, dude, but it's weird. So I mean, I've never been up on a mountain to see snow or anything.
Are we gonna
so it's
go
be
up
a first for me.
those fucking ski lift things? That,
Yeah.
I got no
Dude,
idea.
Absolutely.
I seen a viral video of one of them malfunctioning.
Oh, I
They were
just fucking
they go
throwing
like-
bodies.
Yeah, just,
Oh, yeah.
It was in Russia. People were screaming.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Well, where else?
Imagine that happened.
Probably on a
Fuck.
144p camera or something.
Yeah, it was-
Yeah,
No,
but
it was actually a phenomenal video. You just watch bodies get ragged.
Yeah,
on,
you know,
left
I
and
mean,
right.
And
like,
everyone's
damn,
just
GT
like sitting there like ready to catch him.
yeah, people,
Imagine
Yeah.
hits him.
Fucking slung.
people are
cunt.
screaming people are screaming in Russian like stop, and like jump, and so people are like ditching the
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
it was a noisy car.
That guy has got a big dick.
I
Yeah.
wonder who that is. Someone has stole your car, man.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I don't even know if you guys can hear that audio.
think
By
I
the,
can hear
by
that.
the
What
way,
fuck was that?
all those people that got hurt, I'm so sorry.
I
for
don't know
all
if
of
they got
yous.
hurt.
No, they got hurt.
Oh well, the
They
ones
got-
the ones that got flung in a ragdoll
I'm
most
pretty sure
likely.
people died in that.
I
man.
doubt people died. No way people died.
Maybe.
People probably like broke something, but like
that thing was going like 60 k's an hour,
Yeah.
and then it turned like that sharp.
Yeah.
But they're landing on snow.
Yeah,
and
that's the
that.
thing.
But
Monster.
they're flinging into metals,
That's like,
and the
I can't get
chairs-
over that. It's like watching
the
how they like
chairs
the
just kept
ragdoll like
stacking
fly
up.
through the air.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fucked.
You like play GTA, you're like, dude, there's no way someone ragdoll like that. And you see a video from Russia, you're like, oh, I guess that is how it kind of looks. Yeah.
yeah. Ragdolls are lit.
Yeah, I can't wait till I ragdoll
Mm.
and just fling me down a mountain.
You ragdoll right now, you just go limp. All right.
Whoa.
So
You almost took down the whole set.
Shit.
Imagine that.
Imagine the entire wall
that.
goes down.
yeah, I've never gone
There'll be a
snowboarding.
mad Misfits clips.
It's a very makeshift set.
I've never gone snowboarding and never gone skiing.
Yeah, well, let's explain what the fuck we're talking about. So
Yeah.
basically,
Oh, yeah.
we didn't actually know we were going to the snow until yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was live streaming and I hear a knock on my door.
Who could it have been? Fitz?
Who could it have been? I opened my door. And they weren't actually at my door. They were at my sliding French door. And I look over the wall to my right, and I just see Mason and Kobe crouched down with a camera outside of my house, looking suspect as hell. I was like, "What the fuck are you
I
guys
was
doing
like,
here?"
dark, like, in
Yeah.
case you fucking saw us, but you definitely.
Of course, I saw you. Tall as fuck. I looked right over that wall. I was like, "Hello," and then you were like, "Can we come in?" I was like, "Okay, I'll let you guys in." I was still live at the time. The chat was like monk ass.
You're playing Plants vs
Playing
Zombies.
Plants vs Zombies on my live stream, premium content, and yeah, you guys basically said, "Look, it's Kobe's birthday tomorrow, and we're going to the snow."
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So how the fuck did this happen?
Well, pretty much the exact same way it happened for you, except Ryan did it and he didn't jump a wall and hide behind a wall and all that kind of thing. He came to it. Can I talk about the house?
Yeah.
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 This house?
Oh, well, don't like reveal too much, but yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, I was just in my room that I'm in right now, and Ryan came in and he said that we're going to the snow. Simple as that. I didn't really get a choice.
He was like, "Pack your shit.
Yep.
We're going
Yep.
tomorrow."
Yeah, you're coming with me to go to Fitz's house and go to Swagger's and then go to Matt's and then come
Yep.
to mine.
Yeah,
So-
that was very surprising. You gave me quite a fucking fright yesterday.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Mason? How did you?
I was just playing COD and then
Same thing.
fucking hear a knock on my door. 4 cunts walk in. Manuel's got a Mr. Bean fucking costume on or some shit.
Oh, the mask.
Yeah,
I think it's terrifying.
Mask.
He's just dancing while Ryan's telling me that we're going to the snow. I'm like, all right.
Uh huh.
And I kind of got excited because I love snow trips. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been to the snow
You've been
before.
before.
yeah, I've been on school trips and that. So
Yeah.
You snowboarded?
yeah.
There's a
Fuck yeah.
video on your channel called "The Best Experience of My Life," and it was you going to the snow.
Yeah.
Way. Well, hopefully we can fucking top it.
Yeah,
And-
definitely.
Well, I mean, if I was gonna search up how to do a backflip on a snowboard,
That would be
Mason
impressive.
Mason things.
I've gone off like big jumps on my skis, but I've never really done any tricks.
I've done jumps and stuff.
Surely
like
you could.
360s
Surely you
and-
could do a backflip on like skis. Like
Nah,
No
no
Skis
way.
are yeah.
Break your ankles.
It's with a snowboard. It's harder because it's like more of a side flip.
Yeah, you gotta
that's
really
what I
like
was
fucking
thinking,
like
yeah.
flip
You got to
yourself,
twist
eh?
into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But skis I think are different because it's precarious because you got like your 2
Yeah.
feet and like you're not like strapped into one thing. You got 2 sticks on you, so you're
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
like
Yeah,
fucking.
and if you
they
if
like
you
cross over in the air and shit. It's
Yeah.
fucking.
and if you land on the edge of it or something, then there goes your ankle. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
Yeah, but I haven't snowboarded before. I grew up like skiing. I've skied like a few times. I'm not bad at it, but I haven't skied in like years, so I have no idea how I'll be on this trip.
I've never
But-
skied, never snowboarded. I've only been sledding downhill.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do some sledding.
Dude, we
yeah.
need some tubes.
Yeah, we should fuck around.
That shit's fun as hell.
Yeah, but anyway, like after you guys convinced me to go, the two of you, we drove to Swagger's house in the van.
Dude, it was
Slime was there. We all packed in.
I-
Ryan messages Swagger, and
Dude,
he's like, "I'm high as
It
fuck."
was, dude. It was fucking like what 9 p.m. I just got done with like an ad for a video. I was working on a bunch of other stuff, and I had just finished, and I was like, awesome! I can finally smoke some weed and relax, and not have to worry about anything. Take the rest of the night off, play some games, chill out. And then I get a fucking text from Ryan that says, "Hey, are you around? It's urgent." And I was like, "What? What's going on?" And he said, "Put your helmet on." I was like, what the fuck? And then he said, don't ask questions. We'll be there in 3 minutes. And then so I was like, okay. And then I had to put my shit on. I was like in my underwear. So I had to run into my
a
bedroom.
bottle of lube in one hand.
Dude, almost. And then I had to run into my fucking bedroom. I had to get changed. I had to come back out with the helmet on. You guys knocked on the door. I come downstairs. I'm fucking baked out of my mind.
Yeah, you seem pretty
Then you
fucking
guys were like, fucking open the door, and it's you, Kobe, Mason, Ryan, and Blue behind the camera. And then you guys come in. You tell me to sit down. You go, it's my birthday tomorrow, which means that you have to come to the snow because it's my birthday. And I was like, yeah, all right.
No, you weren't. You're like,
Whoa.
oh, I have so much to do.
Yeah, but I did. You guys, you gave me 3 minutes notice.
Yeah, well, so did you when I had to go to Fiji, but I still.
Hey, I wasn't there to convince you. That was him.
You were. That's right.
Yeah.
I
Mason's-
convinced you.
You convinced
Yeah,
him.
convinced
It's
me.
packed
Do
for
you
him and
not
everything.
remember
Oh
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
he
packed
packed
your
his-
guitar
Yeah, you
case.
didn't have to do everything.
Suitcase.
Everything was packed for you.
Very
Yeah.
similar circumstance.
Yeah,
to,
so
the Fiji trip.
I mean, there really wasn't a way like I could even say no because it's your birthday, and also blue sticking a fucking camera in my face. So, for the content, you kind of have to say yes. But then I was like, fuck, and then I was up really late last night doing the rest of what I had to do to prepare. But now I'm good, and now I can come and enjoy the snow.
Well done. And then we all took off
Yeah.
to Matt's. Well, we left Swagger behind.
Yeah, I was like, I don't have to go, do I? And Ryan was like, no. I was like, thank you.
we FaceTime Matt. We call him.
It's like a cult or some shit.
Yeah.
I just see like one head lean over, then another, then another, then another. I was like,
Oh,
what the fuck is
yeah.
going
All
on?
looking down at Matt on
Yeah.
FaceTime. We're like, we're coming to your place. Matt's like, oh, okay. Can I have 30 minutes to clean? We're like, yeah, sure. We go to KFC, get a couple munchies.
Didn't even bring me any
that
KFC.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I
true.
hate
Starving.
that much KFC.
Yeah, you ate a lot of
so do I.
KFC. Very
Those
salty
salty
chips.
yeah.
Oh, those salty chips.
We drove over to Matt's place. Californication was playing on repeat because the stereo's broken in the van. It was just Red Hot Chili Peppers the entire way, nonstop. And then we get to Matt's, and we all lie down on Matt's bed, and we say, "Hey, we're going to the snow." And Matt's like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
I was like, okay.
So yeah,
Like
now-
Ryan's like, shit, that was easier than I thought.
yeah, everyone got convinced. We all went back to Ryan's. We had some sleep, and then here we are on Kobe's birthday, about to take off for a 3.5 hour drive to a fucking mountain.
Originally, it was going to be 7.
Yeah, we were
Right.
initially going to go to a place much further
Yeah.
away, but thankfully we've
We were going to Threadboat, but now we're going to Mount Buller.
Mount
Pretty
Buller.
sure.
Yeah.
Bula.
Nambula.
Sounds
So-
like Fiji all over again. Bula bula.
I'm curious to see what the snow's like here. I mean, in New Zealand, it's pretty good. I would have thought it would be lacking here, but it's weird to think that 3 hours away from Melbourne there's a good mountain, but I guess there probably is.
Do you guys know if the snow is powdery or if
I've
it's going
never
to be
been to the
packed?
snow before,
or-
so I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Apparently, it snowed last night, so we should be
Oh,
good.
shit.
I,
But,
I,
Nice up there
yeah,
usually.
I just hope the snow is sticky and you can make snowballs and snowmen and shit
Did you go
because
to Mount
powder
Bull-
snow is so useless.
Yeah, I went to Mount Buller and Mount Hotham.
The first time.
First time I went to Mount Buller. Second time I went to Hotham.
Oh, you've been twice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, both school trips.
You're going to be showing us all
School
up then,
trips,
aren't you?
really?
I mean, if I can still do it, but
Yeah.
fuck, I don't know.
It's like riding a bike.
I'm
anyway.
a bit scared because my knee and ass is fucked because I fell down the fucking stairs at Ryan's, like I legit fucking fell down the stairs.
I remember this, dude.
And now my knee is like all fucking swollen. Am I swearing too much?
No, dude, you're talking to me about that?
My knees just swollen. My ass hurts.
It's
and-
still fucked up.
yeah.
That
yeah.
happened like what, 4 days ago or something like that.
It was the day the same day me and Swagger like tried to stream and
We tried to stream Warzone.
I
I was-
lasted like 40 minutes and I couldn't even sit down
Yeah.
for that long because my ass was hurting that bad.
So I think we had talked the night before about streaming, and then like I hit you up that morning, and I was like, "Hey man, like you still down to stream some Warzone? Like we start in 30 minutes." And he was like, "I fell down the
no,
stairs."
I said, yeah, man, I'll be on soon. And then like 2 hours later, I message you again and I'm like, hey, I just fucking ate shit that
Yeah.
bad. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. And you're like, stop being a pussy.
Yeah,
stop
I was
whinging."
like, surely you just. I said, are you actually hurt or are you just having a whinge? And
Dude,
then he was like, I think I'm just having a whinge. But then,
Dude, it was
it was
yeah,
yeah.
fucking swollen.
He showed it to me like that night when I came over or something. And it was fucking purple, my friend. And you fell up the stairs.
I
You were
was
running
ru-
up
I was-
the stairs.
I was rushing up the stairs, like skipping a step each time. So I was going 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like skipping a step. And then I slipped, came down, hit my knee on like the corner of
Yeah,
one of the
corner
steps. And then that's what that pushed me back and I fell back down the staircase like 5 more steps. And then that's how I bruised my ass super bad.
I was hoping the mic would have picked it up, so you'd be like, "Hey, I'll be right down." Like, click, 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 click.
Serious photos.
Some
fuck.
sitcom shit.
Yeah, well, now we can push you
how
down the
much were
mountain.
you screaming when that happened?
Well, when it happened, Sonia came over and she was like, oh my God, Kobe, you okay? And I kind of played it off. I'm like, yep, no, I'm good, just slipped. And then she walked off and I went back up the stairs and like,
Slipped again.
I fucking just fell onto the ground and sucked on I was fucking that much pain. I went to my room. I just started screaming in my
Yeah.
pillow because
Oh,
like
I felt so
it
bad.
fucking hurts.
I
so
know the
bad.
I
feeling.
felt so bad
That-
for you because
that-
that shit's happened to me.
Yeah.
That screaming into the pillow pain hits different. I
Yeah.
did the same thing. I fell up the stairs because I was in socks and there were wooden stairs and I
Oh.
slipped. And
Oh
I
yeah, were they?
landed,
What kind of
Yeah.
stairs were they? Were they
The
wooden?
wood,
Oh,
yeah,
that's even
yeah.
worse.
Fuck.
So I landed like directly on my knee and got like a gash in it, and it was so
that's
fucking
way,
painful.
That's way worse than what I got.
It was almost like I needed to run to my bed before I could fully experience the pain. It was like, all right, I'm gonna run to my bed, I'm gonna jump on my bed, and then I'm just gonna writhe in pain, just
Ride it,
rolling
ride the
around,
wave.
just like fucking screaming.
Writhe it out.
Yeah, that's the best.
But yeah, I'm concerned about that because I feel like if I land on my knee or my ass too hard while we're snowboarding and shit, it'll really fucking hurt and I won't be able to do it.
But you'll be landing in snow, which will bring down the inflammation
Yeah, true.
and numb it.
Some ice on.
Isn't like putting ice on inflammation actually bad for it?
No, I think
I
heat's
know.
bad for it.
No,
Ice is
heat
good
is
for it.
heat is bad.
But
for
isn't
it, I
like
think.
the point of the inflammation that it's like there for a purpose, and like cooling it down slows the healing process?
No,
But it's like the issue is
No.
it gets like too inflamed.
Don't you
Your
just
body doesn't
ice
know
a
when to stop.
bruise though?
yeah, you're meant to ice inflammation so that the swelling goes down.
Yeah.
Like-
I thought the swelling like was the whole point.
No,
That was your
it's-
body's natural reaction to the
Well, it
the
is,
damage.
but
It hurts, right?
yeah,
It's
but
kind of like
you
getting
know,
a
I think the
fever
ice
that
helps
gets
the
too
pain.
high.
Yeah, I'm
it helps
probably
with the
wrong.
pain. It helps with because you don't want it to be inflamed and fucking bulbous and all fucking gross.
Why?
You-
I take pride in that.
yeah
I take pride in my bulbous,
your bulbous.
my bulbous cuts and bruises. Yeah,
Oh,
I want them to be puffing out. I want to look like a fucking zombie from Left 4 Dead
Yeah.
when I fall up the stairs. Yeah,
Why?
bleeding. What, you guys aren't into that? Just me?
No, yeah, it's just you.
I think I'm actually a weird cunt. I think I'm strange. I'm actually concerned I'm strange.
You are a bit of a weirdo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Little-eyed, my friend.
Yeah. Oh well. What are you gonna do about it?
But that's alright.
I guess it is. Kobe, you reek of weed.
Nah.
Nah. How many cones do you think you're going through a day now, Kobe? How many balls you punching?
Well, I mean, I smoke like way more than what the average person should. Like, I definitely abuse it more than use it recreationally. But I mean, in the long run, I want to stop smoking.
You want to
Really?
stop?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, for sure. I want to stop.
Or just make it an occasional thing. Which one?
Occasional, yeah, but like
yeah,
very occasional.
you just want to stop smoking daily,
Yeah,
right?
my best mate used to be a flat out stoner, but now he's just like smokes once every 2 months. Like,
Wow,
and that's how I want to be. So
that's
but,
good. It takes a lot of
yeah.
self-control to
Yeah,
do that.
everyone's different. Everyone goes at their own pace, but
Yeah.
I'll get there.
I mean, I took like 3 weeks off recently, and I felt like
Yeah,
pretty good. I think I definitely was like, man, I could definitely go for a bit of weed right now though. The entire time,
Yeah,
it's more just to deal with the boredom.
yeah.
You know, like once you're smoking every day.
The last time I went overseas, it was with Thailand, and when I went there, I couldn't smoke
Yeah,
weed for
you-
2 weeks after being a stoner for like every day for a while, and I had a full blown detox. Like I got sick, and like I was
Right.
like
Jesus
couldn't eat,
Christ.
couldn't anything like that. It was fucked. Like I was like,
Yeah, that's
it's really
like
bad.
Yeah, man. There's some people
Yeah.
that like have been smoking weed every day since the 70s, and that recently like had to stop. There was this one dude that talked about like how he had like lung cancer from like smoking cigarettes and shit, but he was like in his 50s, but he was also smoking weed all the time too, and now he couldn't smoke weed, and so when he stopped. It had fucked his appetite so much because he would smoke weed and then get hungry and then eat. And now, like he said that after that, he has to set alarms every day to eat because his body doesn't tell him to eat. His body doesn't tell him to get hungry, and he just forgets to eat.
interesting.
It's really crazy. But
Yeah.
that's like 40 years of smoking daily, multiple times a day.
So why do you have to
Yeah.
stop smoking? Like what happened?
I think it was his lung cancer.
It's probably the lung cancer.
Probably
yeah.
the lung
That's
cancer.
probably what did it. Why not just do edibles?
Yeah.
Or you
then
just
you
consider-
then you'd get high and you'd remember to eat.
I don't know. With edibles, when I have an edible, I don't think about eating.
Really?
I think about staying somewhat in reality.
Try not to die is what you're more
Yeah,
focused
try
on.
not to die. I don't want to be like fucking Ted Nivison after eating the fucking 400 milligram nerd rope.
He handled that fine.
He
just
handled
wrote
it kind of
out.
okay.
He's fine. Yeah, I don't know, dude. When I eat edibles, all I want to do is listen to music and eat food.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not really that like out of body for me anymore.
Yeah, I don't get too hungry.
Really,
Mm.
that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Munchies are a bad thing. Munchies will make you eat questionable things.
Yeah.
When
Like
I
more
first,
edibles.
When I first started working, I like would go to work without smoking, wouldn't eat lunch, wouldn't eat like, you know, on smoko and that kind of thing. Get home, like wouldn't eat, wouldn't feel like eating, have one bong, and then I'll just fucking chew down so much food. Like I'll just eat my absolute fucking gob off.
You just eat your day's fill
Yeah.
in one meal.
Yep.
How's streaming and YouTube going, man?
Yeah, fantastic.
You've been putting out some pretty decent stuff
Yeah,
lately.
very
I've been
good.
really loving the content.
Yeah, recently me and Mason moved to Ryan, so now we're able to like stream at the same time because that was a ongoing issue we had for a while.
Yeah,
But-
couldn't stream at the same time.
Yeah, but now we can. It's good. Posting as consistently as I can. I mean, I'm trying.
Dude,
to,
you've been on top
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm getting there.
Working out
Next
of the
video
meme.
is going to be a banger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the next
man.
video is gonna be fucking mad. Hopefully, shout out to Bordy. for-
What's next video?
That was such a rape. You should explain it.
So I was streaming Warzone and I won 2 games in a row. And on the second game, the last person alive I killed to win the game was Bordy, and she was streaming. And so it was just complete coincidence, like chance that we ended up in the same game, last 2 people, and like I used her reaction in the video because she like realized it was me and all that kind of thing. And it was kind of convenient because like 2 weeks before that, you asked me to play Valorant with her for the first time.
Yeah.
So I kind of just like, that was the first time we ever met or anything
Yeah,
like
so
that.
you'd already like introduced each other before.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Because my gamer tag probably would have just like gone
Yeah,
past
well,
her
it was-
head if
yeah.
she didn't, know like play with Valorant with me or anything.
No,
But it was good. It's
She,
been a super good video.
didn't she have like 19 kills in that
Yeah,
game?
she had 19. And
I'd say it's
It
like
would've been
never
her-
even
it would've
won
been
a
her
game.
first
ever
dub.
win.
It would've
First
been her
ever
first
win.
dub.
Or
Still that problem.
solo Warzone win. She's won like duos and squads and that, I think.
And you took that away from her.
Yep.
You monster.
Yeah.
Gladly.
With a
I
sniper.
fucking yoinked that
You went for
shit.
the double
she
bubble.
was saying that she got stuck putting her shields on. Mate, she just walked out in the open while shielding, and I just popped her in the head. It was the easiest thing in the world. GG, Bordy. GG.
GG's, Bordy.
What
We
an
love you.
absolute gamer.
Yeah.
I still haven't won a fucking single game of Warzone.
Yeah, I
You
won
gotta
one.
get me and Mason to carry you again.
Yeah, I need to get it on my own though.
Yeah, solo Warzone win
Yeah,
is
I
good.
only won a single game. That was because of Warzone Wednesdays, and I had 2 people to carry me.
Who was on your team?
I think it was basically I do work, so Marcel and Toby, I think. So they
Nice.
did a good job.
True. Well, what else is going on, fellas? Mason, how you been?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yep.
Been on a little break, haven't you?
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
How's your little vacay going, dude?
Yeah, good. I mean, I'm back here now, so
Yeah.
but yeah, like I'm still taking time to chill and fucking
Yeah.
do whatever I
When
do.
we first moved in to Ryan's, you went back to Geelong for a bit to
Yeah.
start your break, but now you're back, but you're still kind of on your break.
I
Well,
mean,
plan was to go there
this-
for a
yeah.
few weeks, essentially, like
Yeah.
just to chill out.
Yeah, true. I
Yeah.
mean, we're going to the snow.
Yeah, so it's
I'm
pretty
sure we'll be
still like
filming,
a-
but it'll definitely be like a vacation
Oh,
as well.
definitely, yeah,
It'll
definitely.
Still pretty much be
I
just
wish
fun.
I wish we could just teleport there. Like I hate being in the van.
Well, it's only
I mean,
3 hours. So
Oh, yeah,
I'll go by that
yeah.
fast.
That's right. You sit in the fucking
It's
love
like
shack.
halfway than what I originally thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I used to think
Yeah.
like an hour and a half drive was a really long time as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I remember like there was some vacation I think it was an RV trip with my parents, and we were just driving for like 7 hours every day. And after that, just no journey ever seems that long to me anymore. Like I can just chill out in the car. I just know how to do it. I'm like, all right, well, we'll be there eventually. Pop on the headphones, fucking chill the fuck out.
It's like checking the
Mhm.
time and how much is left is like what
Yeah.
makes it longer.
just
Like,
accept
look
your
away.
fate.
Yeah.
Me and Mason still don't drive.
Yeah,
True.
nah.
Yeah,
You don't really need to here in Melbourne though. There's like
no
trams
shit,
and shit,
yeah.
you know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like me and Mason both work from home, so
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you
Don't
know,
really even really need to.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't have a car. I
mean,
might
exactly.
get one soon.
Yeah,
But for now, it's just. I mean, since
Australia
I've,
road trip with all
since,
the boys.
since I've
it's
been
unbelievable.
there's
here,
no
it's
point
just been
paying like
Ubers.
insurance and
Oh, at your
all
age,
that
it'll be
shit
so
when it's just
expensive
sitting
too,
in
yeah.
the
Yes.
garage collecting dust. There's no
That's the
point.
thing. Like you have to actually drive it and use it.
Mhm.
You know, for me, it's just so much more convenient to get an Uber.
Yeah.
You just go in, get out.
Yeah, I mean, who's
Whatever.
even leaving the house these days is my question, you know? Like, fuck that shit.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Outside is
for me,
terrible.
driving's a hobby. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind like the insurance or the gas. I just ignore it. Just accept it as one of those expenses.
Yeah, I quite like going for a
What
drive
you
as
gotta
well.
do.
Do
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
Nice little drive. Cool, guys. Well, what else?
What else is news?
We're a bit dusty today, I think. I'm fucking starving. I'll be
I'm
completely
starving
honest with
too.
you.
Fuck, this is a bad idea.
Fucking
Yeah, I
absolutely
mean,
starving.
most of us didn't really get that much sleep last night either.
I got fuck all sleep.
Yeah, so
I had
you
the
know,
best night of sleep I've had in years last night.
Ryan
It was
really
great.
just kind
How
of
about you?
forced all of us to record a podcast before we leave so we
Yeah.
can get it out on time.
I was like, let's fucking wait till after the
Yeah,
trip.
then we have stories
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Now we're just blue balling everyone for a week.
well, hey man, like
Hey, stay tuned.
stay tuned because there's gonna be another video. Hopefully, if all goes
fun.
well. If we don't drop the fucking camera in the snow,
No, he knows something will go wrong for sure.
Yeah.
We'll probably cause an avalanche.
dude, that'd be plague. We gotta like. Don't you need like shovels and shit like in your bags in case there is an avalanche, so that way you could dig someone out?
Nah, we never did that when I went skiing.
No,
Fuck, that's not very reassuring.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Can we try to
I
cause
don't
an
know, dude.
avalanche? Can you do that?
Have you guys
You
watched
try.
those near-death Conan GoPro compilations that one
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Russian guy puts out on YouTube?
Yeah.
The only way I know he's Russian is because now he starts putting fucking like Raid Shadow Legends ads and he does the ad reads and I'm like, I see. But no, yeah, like there's a bunch of fucking clips where like people are like just like skiing down and then an avalanche hits and then it's
fuck.
just like the GoPro just gets completely encased and you just hear the guy breathing and then like it's just really panic breathing and then like 2 minutes just like his friend comes over and just digs him out with a collapsible shovel.
That's fucked.
Damn.
But I don't know. I mean,
I feel like the GoPros attract that shit to you. It's like bad juju. to
yeah,
have a
right.
GoPro
It's
on.
like oh, let's just make something hectic happen to you. So that
Well,
GoPro
fuck, I
can
brought
use
my
it for an
GoPro with for this
advertisement.
shit. Next thing you know, we're gonna have an avalanche.
But you know the safety protocol that you have to do when you're like going through an avalanche. So if an avalanche starts, you float on top of it because you're being pulled down with the snow, so it's a fluid. And then when it stops, it's very heavy and it's very dense, and it'll pack around you and practically be like stone, so you're not going to be able to move.
Yeah.
So it's
Which must be an awful claustrophobic feeling. Oh
yeah,
my God.
but
How
like
awful.
if your face isn't covered, then you suffocate. So when you're in it and you're able to move freely, I think with the fluid of the snow, you're supposed to like do this and make as much of a air bubble as you can to separate your head from the snow so that you could breathe for like 20, 30 minutes or something like that, and give yourself wiggle room to kind of push snow out of the way. But really all that comes down to is people just being able to find you in the avalanche or dig you out.
So you create an air bubble and then you have to wait.
They have to wait. Honestly,
dig yourself
You
out.
could try.
Fuck, this is scaring me now.
No, I
That'd be
doubt.
awful.
I really doubt an
I don't think
avalanche
it
would
happens
happen.
up there,
It wouldn't.
especially in Australia. I
Yeah,
haven't heard of
yeah.
anything.
No,
No,
like
doubt
avalanches like only happen like where it's really like Switzerland and like
Packed
places in the
snow.
U.S. like
Yeah.
huge like snowy mountains and snow
yeah,
24/7.
that'd be a weird headline to read. Man dies in avalanche in
Avalanche,
Australia. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Are
wasn't the
there any
bushfires that got him, it was
wildlife
the
out
avalanche.
there in the mountains? Are there like goats?
Not that I remember.
No
Couple,
bears.
couple fucking donkeys.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of
Nah,
mules.
There's
Donkey.
ice snakes.
The snakes,
Ice snakes. Yeah. Ice
thought those
snakes
were
and ice
icicles.
spiders. Gotta watch out for those guys. They're terrible. They'll bite you. They'll crawl on you. They'll slither in your little snowsuit, and they'll fuck you up from the inside, Swagger. So keep an eye out for them, okay?
Yeah, I was on the phone with my friend last night, just having to pace around,
Yeah.
and I was in my room, and a spider crawled down from the ceiling, like through a web. It just spun down right in front of my fucking face, and I started screaming, and I dropped my phone. My friend thought someone broke into my house.
How big was it?
It was fucking massive.
Really?
It was fucking really big. I was just screaming, and then I ran into my room, grabbed 2 sandals, and then attempted to kill it.
Clap it.
Whether or not I succeeded, I don't know. It was on my chair.
Oh shit!
And
No wonder
I-
you didn't sleep last night.
I,
Damn.
I smacked it full force, and then it just wasn't there. I couldn't find a body, but I'm pretty sure I at least nicked it. So if anything, it's wounded. So
You
it
sent
has
him a
to,
message.
it has to heal up. It has to met up before it can take revenge.
You're
I think
gonna
I
come
might
back in a
have
few
broke
days.
its legs,
You're
blacked
gonna
it out.
regret
Be in
that
your bed.
decision.
Yeah, Spider Buddy's gonna come
Hey,
fucking
dude,
kill
look.
you.
They come back as an army.
Look, dude. They want to fucking crawl into my mouth while I'm asleep, and you want me to swallow them. Then sure, whatever. More protein at the end of the day. I don't fucking care.
Yum.
So fun and games until you start laying spider eggs, bro. That's how they get you. Next thing you know, you're a father of 50. Gotta
That's
pay
a
for all
lot of
them.
child support,
responsibility.
dude.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
They
You only
keep,
have to love like 40 of them, though.
they keep the bugs out though.
It's true. I could just strategically place them in corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, spiders really have no reason to fuck with you at all.
Yeah, but I just don't want a big fucking 8-legged fucking freak hanging around my house.
Well, maybe you should be more tolerant.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, look, I see small spiders, I'm like, yeah, you go, you eat those bugs, my friend. You go ahead and wrap those small bugs up into a little web cocoon and then make their intestines juice and then suck it out. But when it's a big fucking thing that is huge and an eyesore and scary, it makes me go like, ugh, then I want to fucking, I got to kill it. I have to kill it. You're not allowed to live if you're over a certain height.
Fair enough.
In my house.
When I was playing on my PC at home, like I play in like a closet, and a lot of spiders drop from the top of the closet,
We playing
Fuck.
the
like
exact
right
same
onto
thing.
my
at home.
hands and shit when I'm playing.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
And like I wouldn't feel anything, but I'd like look at my hand and feel an itch, and I'd see like 2 bites like from a spider every now and then.
That's fucking horrible.
But I don't know what kind of spiders they were, so
No powers or anything yet? You
nah,
Nah.
nothing like that. No.
That's a
Not
shame.
yet.
It's like, oh, it's just spider bite. fucking sling a web. Imagine you're jacking off and then you find out you just shoots a web.
Out of your cock.
It's a giant web coming out of your cock. You're like, oh my God, you keep pulling it and keep pulling it. You're just making more web. It's just an endless spool of web around your testes. Dude,
Wow.
that should be the new Spider-Man.
Well, now I'm just horny.
Imagine that.
sounds like one of those porno spin-offs.
He's
or
on
some
top
shit.
of a building. He pulls down his pants and he starts jacking his cock and he shoots.
I'll be
it.
right there. It's like 5 minutes to get the web out.
Swimming.
I swear this
swinging
normally
by his
doesn't happen.
cock. That'd be fucking amazing. I'd watch that movie. I didn't even watch the
I'll pay to
last
see
one.
that.
Come on.
Yeah. Spider-Man's cool. Would you guys rather drown or be caught in an avalanche?
Avalanche.
Really?
Yeah.
Avalanche, yeah.
I think you're underestimating how awful that would be.
Yeah, dude, but drowning is fucking horrible.
like filling the water in your lungs.
That shit
that's the worst way to
burns.
suffocate, I feel like.
But I think it's quicker than like being encased in snow. I think
feel
so.
like it'd be fast because you're like cold and
Dude,
like
I
shivering.
just
You'd
don't
almost like
want
fall
either.
asleep at the same time
I
as
would-
you suffocate.
you know, I would just-
drowning. You're just like fucking
Yeah.
struggling for your life
like
and shit.
I think with drowning, like, I don't know. It depends on how quickly you can make peace with it. 'Cause if you just accept that you're gonna die, then you can just kind of let go. I
yeah,
think.
but like I
I've
don't
actually-
want that shit. If I was in an
yeah, well,
avalanche,
you don't want either, obviously.
because it's just like, do I want to be bashed around and fight against like a force of water and like, have hope that I'm going to survive
Yeah.
and then drown? Or do I want to be like encased in an avalanche, not be able to move and just sit there going,
That's like the coziest way. Yeah, and like the
Nah, you guys
the
are fucked
CO2
up.
like slow down your.
I don't know,
breathing and
it wouldn't be
everything.
cozy. It wouldn't be cozy.
Not
relative
cozy.
to drowning.
It would be
It's
a
like-
terrible claustrophobic feeling.
This is just a great conversation to break the ice with a date, I think. Something like, would you rather drown or die in a house fire?
It
And then
unironically
see what-
is,
See
I
what her
think.
response is.
This is the kind of shit that I
That's
would definitely
good.
bring up on the first date.
So, yeah, hi, my name's Cam. So would you rather drown or die in a fire?
Yep.
Why does that happen? Why does that happen?
I honestly just wanted to see how long the silence could go
Yeah,
for.
dude,
That's a new record,
the,
I think, for the podcast.
The
Yeah, it
fucking the fucking audio listeners must have been like, what, did I actually pause?
Everyone just
Did I
checked.
actually
Everyone
pause
just
my
checked their
fucking thing?
phone just then. Everyone was like,
Yeah,
"What the fuck?"
Everyone just buffered, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone installed a fucking 2 megabyte update
No.
right there.
That was just an impression of
Ryan
what the
just
date would say.
paused all of us,
Yeah,
bro.
just be silent. Just walk out.
What do you guys reckon? Drown or avalanche?
I don't know. They're both like I'm trying.
Well, obviously they're both not ideal.
I'm trying to think about it, but they're both just such stressful ways to die.
Yeah, well,
like,
because it's just dying through suffocation, which is the worst way to go.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Is it the worst way to go?
in-
Yeah,
in
dude,
an
it-
avalanche, it's claustrophobic.
I feel like bleeding out would be
No.
worse than suffocation.
No, did you know that people without an amygdala, I believe, which
Fuck is that?
It's a part of the brain that processes fear. Some people are born with an amygdala that's either not functional or non-existent, and they don't understand what fear is. So these people like that are part of medical tests. They're not actually like allowed to have their information disclosed because people can take advantage of them. Like one lady was like mugged. Someone put a knife up there and was like, "Give me your money," and she was just like laughing at them because you can't process fear. So
an
like
interesting condition.
it's dangerous. But the thing is, they like fear is adrenaline and a couple other stress hormones, I think, that go through the bloodstream, and the amygdala wouldn't release that if it's, impaired or non-existent. So what they figured out was that if there's an overwhelming amount of CO2 in the bloodstream, it'll release those hormones automatically. So what they did is that they put the lady, in a hospital and induced suffocation.
How do you induce? Well, okay, what's the medical term for induced
I have
suffocation?
no
Put
idea.
a bag over their head?
Well,
or-
I think what they did is they had an oxygen mask that was giving her CO2 or something to that degree, and she felt fear for the first time because she was suffocating. It was a Vsauce video for Halloween. He talked about what is the scariest thing, and the scariest thing would be in total darkness, being suffocated and being unable to breathe. So asphyxiation and darkness. And, asphyxiation, as far as we know, is the only thing that can elicit a fear response, incredibly.
You know if that part of the brain can be damaged or...
Yeah, it could be damaged, removed.
Mason's how do I fucking get rid of this thing? I don't want to feel any fear.
But no,
You just get a screwdriver here. here.
Old school lobotomy style. Just
Yeah, I know. But it's crazy to think, because we're literally choosing the two ways to die that are literally the same.
But different.
It's just-
And we're about
but
to go
different.
fucking snowboard.
yeah.
Let me
Shit.
introduce a new one then. How about burning alive?
Burning alive?
or what?
Nah,
I don't know, dude.
Or-
I'm not a fan of that. Would rather
Yeah.
drown.
I'd
for
rather
sure.
Probably,
drown than
yeah.
burn.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, burning would suck.
Mm.
Be a bit too crispy for my taste, I reckon. Yeah.
Everyone just wants that really quick death, you know? what I
Yeah.
mean?
All right. What about
Painless.
vat of acid?
Fuck no.
No way.
Yeah, you guys are
No
pussies,
way.
man.
That
That'd be way
shit
more.
takes way too long.
Would it?
Yes.
If you're entirely in the acid?
Yes. It shit
What
takes
if,
forever.
What if your conscience exists after you die, and then you're trapped in that conscious?
Well, that's what I was
Yeah,
saying
you're
before in the
conscious.
pre-show. That what if death is just your final moments relived over and over again for all of eternity?
And what if you just
A lot of
die
death on this
peacefully? What if you
episode.
die peacefully in a dreamless sleep?
Well, then good for you. That's kind of ideal, isn't it? 'Cause
Yeah.
then you're just
Let's make it happen.
let's make it happen. That sounds
What about
sick.
the people that overdose on the toilet? That must be the longest shit ever. Just trying to shit for all eternity. Just,
It's just a coil of shit
yeah,
coming out of your
that
asshole.
sucks.
It's just constant relief and pleasure.
There's not a big enough toilet in the world, my friends, for that. Sorry, I'm tired.
I'm also tired.
Wake up!
We're talking about fucking burning alive, drowning.
It's my birthday. You
It's
boys have to
suffocating.
wake up.
Yeah, kind of depressing
Hey,
topics
dude.
for your birthday, Kobe.
Yeah,
I'll
come
be
on.
honest.
Let's have something.
Here, you
into
take
it.
control. You take control, Kobe.
alright.
You're the new host of the podcast, Kobe.
Okay, welcome to the KJ Misfits.
Thank you.
Yep. Mason, over to you.
This is the Misfits podcast, and we are
Mason.
24 hours
and
early on
20
Spotify.
on
Yeah,
Spotify.
it's true. We are
Whoa.
I knew
24
we were gonna
hours
say that.
early on Spotify. You know,
Yes.
we would be even more dead than we are right now if it wasn't for the wonderful product known as Gamer Subs.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
product. Very good
Keeping
product.
keeping my head on straight.
Right, only life force right now.
Honestly, it's life support for the hardest working gamers out there.
Gamer Subs makes you cracked.
It's
Yeah.
also able to be enjoyed by not gamers.
Yeah, literally by anyone. You want to work out, you want an energy boost, it's keto, it's sugar free, makes your cock big.
Yeah, I still haven't got that effect yet.
Gotta drink some more.
I think my cock's just
Gotta
big enough
drink
as
some
it
more.
is.
I don't know, it's true. But yes, gamersubs.gg, use code Misfits for 10%
Code
off.
Misfits.
Code Misfits.
Bing bing.
It's yummy.
Fantastic. And now a song from Matt.
It's like Mongolian throat singing.
yeah, it's just like the
It's human
monks.
music. It's just humming. Just,
And now
I like
Mason.
the beat music.
We on the Misfits podcast. Yeah. Swagger is in front of me. Yeah. He's looking like my enemy. Yeah. We play some Tarkov, and I have to carry him. But that's okay, because I'm burying. I don't know.
wow.
That was
Yeah.
good.
We're just filling in the empty spaces at
Yeah,
this point.
Tarkov hard, bro.
Tarkov is.
I
Good
just keep getting my ass kicked. And I need my ass wiped.
game.
I need
I have the same problem in reality, dude.
Oh yeah.
I just
Wiping
keep
your
getting my
ass?
ass kicked. I take a shit. 5 strong men come into my bathroom and beat the shit out of me. It's not what I was wanting. I wanted my ass wiped by these 3 strong men. You know?
Why do you have 3 strong men?
Like,
No reason.
hold this side, the other one wipes.
They're just my friends that I just keep at my house.
One gets each cheek,
Yeah.
and then the other one gets the angle of the tank.
Yeah.
Pry it open.
Because I got an ass of steel, you know?
Yeah.
It takes 3. It takes 3 to wipe.
3 men.
3
Just
strong men.
Imagine just. Never mind. I actually don't want to.
I would love to imagine what you're
being,
imagining.
like being drawn and cornered, except people are grabbing your ass cheeks and just pulling them apart until it rips. I wonder how it would rip. Would it rip from the asshole or would it rip from like the top of the cheek?
From the what do they call it? The gooch.
Ah, dude, the gooch would be like the worst place for it to rip first.
Well, there are like those ancient medieval torture devices where it's basically like you just they sit you on a spike. And then like the spike just forces its way up into your asshole.
Was that Pythagoras' horse? I think is what they called it.
I don't know, man.
It was just like a fucking like bladed triangle, and then
Yeah.
they would sit you on top of it to go in between your gooch and your ass crack, and then they put weights on each of your
Yeah.
feet, and then it would slowly sink in and split you
my
in two.
God, that fucking was.
Yeah, dude, the medieval
was
time was fucking horrible.
Crazy, bro.
You know all those fucking neckbeards that are like, I was born in the wrong century. I wish I could go back to wicker baskets and believing in a fucking blood god.
There was like a method of like Japanese or Chinese torture. I don't know which one it was, where they like force you down on a bed or some shit, and then they like let water drip in between your eyebrows.
Oh, so this is Chinese water torture.
yeah.
Wasn't there one with like bamboo too?
What does that
Yeah.
They
do?
lay you down and have bamboo.
That
go
was
through
the Japanese used that, I think, as torture in World War II.
Yeah, because apparently
is-
it grows that
what
fast.
does the
Yeah, it
water do?
does.
It just makes you go fucking
It
crazy.
makes you go crazy. It's psychological because the water
That's
keeps
fucked.
dripping on you, and it'll drip on you like they'll set it so that the drip is unpredictable.
Oh,
So you like have no
you
control. You're
You
tied
have no
down.
control.
It's
You're
like-
tied down. It's just
How long
random.
would that take as well? Do
it's like you can't
Few
go to
hours or some
sleep
shit, right?
because it's constantly keeping you awake.
that's fucked.
It pools into your eyes, all that shit.
Who
But-
came up with that idea though? When they're sitting there trying to like cut people apart, he's like, "All right, guys, hear me out. I'm gonna drip water on this guy's head. It's gonna drive him insane."
true. Yeah, people really are sadistic.
That would
as
be
fuck.
just a wise old Chinese man like, violence is not the answer.
Be water.
Be water, my friend. Bruce Lee.
It's like some
Yeah.
Avatar.
Yeah, he's
You
an
know,
avatar
punishment
shit.
Fucking waterbender.
Yeah.
Discipline test or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, how fucked up is it that like throughout history humans have constantly been brainstorming like the most most creative ways to inflict pain and misery on one
it's
another.
like that fucking idiot that made the what was it called? The brass bull. So
What is that?
it was this giant, like I think it was brass. It was bronze. I think it was a bronze bull. It was this giant bronze statue of a bull, and like a cow with horns, and the fucking the inside was hollow, and the guy had designed the nose of the bull to go into the big chamber. And so when people they would take who they wanted to torture and they'd throw them in the bull, and then they would light a fire underneath it and then burn you alive inside the bull, and your screams would echo through the internal chamber and go out the nose and make it sound like the bull is mooing. And
Jesus Christ.
the guy, yeah, like like through the nose of the giant bull.
so fucked
And the
up.
guy who designed that pitched it, I believe it was to like the emperor at the time or something, the ruler.
It's a
And-
fucked episode of Shark Tank
Yeah,
right
and-
there.
and-
All right, guys, here's
and-
my invention.
And the emperor was like, yeah. Well, show me how it works. Like, what, you just get in here? And then the guy was like, yeah, you just climb inside. He was like, well, demonstrate. How does it work? And so the guy opens it up. The guy who made it climbs inside. The fucking emperor closes it behind him, lights it on fire, and then got his test.
Oh my God, that's so fucked
Yeah,
up.
so he killed him with his own creation.
Damn.
that is misery.
Yep. Well, the guy did it to himself. fucking asshole. That's what he deserved.
I guess.
Fuck it, you
Maybe
know,
he was just creatively misplaced.
Yeah, maybe he was like, yeah, like I'm more of like an artist.
I
Like,
think it was summer
you know,
project. I know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's cooler than just like the boring medieval ages shit where they just tie you upside down on like a tree stump and just saw you in half.
That's
So,
boring.
yeah,
Fuck, people are so morbid.
yeah, dude. Like people are all fucky. I used to go to medieval times.
Just in the past.
No, well, it's you know what
That
medieval
old.
times is, right?
No, I'll be right back. I'm just going to medieval times real quick.
You know what that is, though, right?
I-
It's like a restaurant thing in America. It's like a giant. It's almost like a stadium, like arena thing, where you sit around like a giant, like a giant I forget what it's called. It's kind of like an arena. It's like a pit filled with sand or whatever. And you basically watch a show of people pretending to be knights.
I've been to one of
I've
those.
seen this on The
Yeah.
Simpsons.
Yeah, and then they would pretend to fight each other to have a tournament. You'd be a part of a house. You'd have someone to root for. You sit there like you drink mead or ale, and then you
Get like a big ass chicken leg, too,
giant
and shit.
chicken leg.
Yeah.
So it's like supposed to be like it's a fun, authentic little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go outside, there's like a gift shop with a bunch of shit, and then there's also like a area which was a hallway that they called like the torture chamber or something like that. You
remember
walk
that part,
in,
Jesus.
you walk in, and it's just historical depictions. Of medieval age torture devices.
Jesus,
so it showed like shackles. It showed like reimaginings of what they would think like how shit would work, like thumb screws and all sorts
How's
of.
a thumb screw?
It's a screw that goes onto your thumb, and then you screw it, and a little nail goes right through the top of your thumb all the way down into your bone. And
Dude,
it was
torture
poggers.
fucks
It was
me up. I hate
absolutely
torture.
pog. Yeah,
Two kinds of
absolutely
people.
was pog.
Absolutely.
It was fine. That shit destroyed. That gave me nightmares for
Yeah,
like years
man.
after. I was really young when I went in there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
remember
don't know. Waterboarding by today's standards, is it really that bad? I mean, come
waterboarding's
on.
still fucked though.
It is.
You're just drowning
But-
them without drowning them.
Yeah, you're giving the illusion that they're drowning, which is still pretty bad. But it's not a thumb screw. So I could give a round of applause for like the 21st century.
Shock Guantanamo Bay.
It's
You really stepped it
progress.
up.
It's progress in torture.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more humane. I'll stop applauding.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
Probably should not
Yeah.
applaud torture. It's not really that poggers, is it, Kobe?
No,
It's Maka W, isn't it?
A little bit.
definitely.
Yeah.
All
What's
your
your-
listeners are like, what the fuck are they
Yeah,
talking
it's a
about?
bit weird, champ.
Spread love, not hate.
Stop.
This is torture.
Yeah, this is torture.
Yeah.
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 What's like the worst pain you've ever experienced?
When I
Ooh.
fell down the fucking stairs, cunt. Shit was so fucking bad. I wouldn't have wished that on my worst enemy.
Probably my first breakup.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really? That was worse than any physical pain?
Talk about real
Oh,
pain here,
it
man.
was
Yeah.
physical pain.
Oh, she
Yeah, she stabbed me.
Oh,
Shit. Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty rough.
Wow.
oh fuck.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Right in the urethra too.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
like the last place
Is
where
that
I
a
get
bit?
stabbed.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
No,
he's
you want to
serious.
see?
No.
My urethra is like 3 times as big now.
Yeah,
Fuck.
he comes in buckets.
Yeah.
Matt, what's your worst pain you've ever experienced?
Fuck, I don't actually even know. Maybe like an electric fence. That
Really?
they use for like, or
Oh,
not like
what
an
a-
electric
what a
fence
waste.
for they use it for cattle, so it's way more powerful.
Oh.
And I was a kid and I touched one of those things. I was like,
Ooh.
is this thing on? Yep.
What was my worst fucking pain?
Electric shocks are awful.
Probably-
Such a strange, like,
Yeah, it's like
unsettling feeling.
It's just, oh no, worse than that was actually when I was messing around with electronics as a kid, I was taking apart a camera and there's a capacitor in there which is stored energy for the flash on the camera because it's got to be that big, quick, bright burst. So you have to be very careful when disassembling those in case it's still charged. I wasn't. I was screwing around in there with the screwdriver. All of a sudden, my chair started shaking. I was like, did my brother come up behind me and he's like playing a bit on me, like shaking my chair? And then I realized, oh shit, no, I'm the one shaking, and then threw the thing across the room.
fuck.
That was very unsettling. I didn't even
Weird.
realize it at
Yeah, that's the
first.
thing. If someone is getting electrocuted, you don't run up behind them and grab them and try to pull them because you get electrocuted too, and then
Yeah.
you're
Oh, yeah.
stuck.
You get worse.
Because if you're holding a wire that is like with direct power and they're being and you're electrocuted, you can't drop it because your hands you
grasp
tighten
on it.
and you
Yeah.
and you grab.
That's why when you test if a wire is electrical, you use
Yeah,
the
back of your hand. Or
I think
just
I
turn
read
off
something on
the
that.
breaker.
That's
True.
But like that's why like if someone's getting like electrocuted, you either grab a wooden thing and push them with it, or you just jump kick, fucking drop kick them.
Yeah.
Yeah, kick them with the sole of your rubber shoe.
Damn.
just don't
It's
be
pretty-
touching the
pretty
ground
cool.
while you do
I
it.
would say my worst pain was probably, and in fact, like I had overgrown toenails in my youth that were really fucking bad. Like my toenails grew out like a fan instead of out straight.
Oh, I've had
so
that.
it went out like that, and it would keep growing out like that, and then it would go under and into the skin, and
hooks
then
in.
grow out and hook in.
Oh,
so
my God.
like it was like a problem for 2 years, and I always tried to like fix it myself. So I'd get like
Yeah.
nail clippers and clip down the side, and
So
then kind of
bad.
try to rip
I've done
it
that.
out.
Fuck, man.
It wasn't good at all. I had to get surgery for it like
Yeah.
3 times.
That's very common.
It was fucking horrible.
I had a
My
similar
brother had that
thing,
too.
but like it didn't get quite that bad. But did you have a thing where
Couldn't walk.
like you would just lightly brush your toe on something and it would feel like you
It would-
stopped, like so painful?
It would
like,
be the worst
Yeah.
pain. It was
Yeah, it's so
infected
bad.
and horrible.
I
They
had-
had to chemically cauterize it so that
Right.
the nerves like just wouldn't grow anymore. So it can only
Ugh.
grow straight.
Yeah, I think my dad had to have that surgery too.
It
But
sucked.
yeah, I had like that ingrown nail situation when I was getting a pedicure at Fiji.
Oh
And
yeah.
they were like trying to like do up my toenails and stuff, and like every time they even got anywhere near my big toe, I was like like literally screaming. Like these fucking poor women had no idea like what the hell the problem was.
Why wouldn't you tell them? Hey, don't.
I did, but I also like kind of wanted to see if they could sort it out, you know. So I was kind of just like burying the pain.
There's no way to sort that pain out. They have to give you anesthetic.
Yeah.
I had to get like a fucking needle this big to go into every nerve around my big toe. So it was like fucking 5 shots of a long ass needle. That shit's, and I hate needles. A big phobia. So I can never do heroin. I had to smoke it.
Yeah,
You know?
Damn.
It
and
was
smoking it's way
fucking-
worse.
You're missing out, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you reckon your worst pain is, boys, that you've ever experienced? Do you know? Anything
I've
comes to
never
mind?
broken a bone or anything, so like,
Neither.
fuck. I don't
Honestly,
know.
I'm not even shitting you. Those stairs fucking hurt. That I've never fallen down a flight of stairs before, but that
Yeah, I
shit
know.
was so fucking painful, man. Like,
Oh, I think definitely my wrist or my ankle, like nearly snapping either or like
Oof.
either
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah,
How'd you snap 'em, though?
were you like
Or-
playing basketball or something and you
I
fucked
was
your
playing
ankle up?
basketball and fucking was going for a layup. I was on the court for like not even a minute, and I thought I was fucking like LeBron James going up for a fucking alley-oop, and then like I jumped as high as I ever did. Like I never jumped fucking high in my life. Landed all my weight on my fucking ankle, and then just like I heard like a snap, and ever since then it's never been the same. Like
That's
always
always the shitty thing. I knew a guy in my high school that was playing basketball. He went for a slam dunk. He jumped. This dude was really fucking tall too. He was pretty big also. He got up top. He dunked it. But he like wanted to do a trick where he like pulled back both of his knees with one hand and then dunked it. But he forgot to let go of his feet when he landed, and both of his knees landed right onto the floor. He shattered both his kneecaps.
Ouch.
Both of them shattered into pieces. He was in a wheelchair for like 2 years, I think.
Bro.
I'm surprised you could walk after that.
Yeah, right.
That's fucked.
Yeah, that was fucking. That was pretty fucking
Yeah,
rough.
let
I
alone
think,
start a rap
yeah.
career and become one of the biggest rappers in the world. You know, Jesus.
Yeah.
Drake from Degrassi, what a guy. I don't know why I always have to bring
Why
up
do you
Drake.
have to
but
bring up
I
Drake
just
from
like. I
Degrassi?
want to bring back wheelchair Drake. Okay, I miss
Yeah.
wheelchair Drake.
Drake was in a wheelchair.
In
Yeah,
this,
in the show Degrassi before you were born.
before he was a
Before your
rapper, he was an
time.
actor. Yeah, and he played this kid in the wheelchair. It's kind of funny. My I mean, I have my greatest pain that I've ever experienced in my life in mind, but I can't say it on the podcast.
Why?
So because it's personal. But I would say a close second, at least on a misery level, was food poisoning. That food poisoning we got at the beginning of last year.
I
Dude,
remember-
that's true.
I
That
remember
was
seeing- I
torture.
remember
Because that
seeing
was
the
5
vlog.
days of suffering.
I
That was,
remember seeing the vlog of your fucking face in it.
Bro.
You just looked dead.
I look like a
bro.
corpse.
Dude,
Yeah.
you
So
looked
white and pale,
gaunt. Like
I
you
was
could
a
see, I could
corpse.
see your cheekbones. I looked like I got the most skinny. Like I've been in like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
I was down to like 170
Yeah.
or something. It was like 30 pounds before my weight before. I dropped mad weight just because I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink, and anything I did was just being propelled out of my anus and my fucking mouth.
I was like, I lost track of time. I was lying in that bed in the old Misfits house.
That was
and
delirium.
It was like a whole day of just like, please kill me. Like literally, like please fucking kill me. This sucks so bad.
Dude, I was fine after all that shit.
Yeah,
you guys
he
are,
got-
you guys
he
are
got-
giving me shit the night before because I threw up
He
because
got
we were
white.
drinking
He got
and I had
white
all this
girl
shit come at me.
wasted and threw up all the beef tartare, and he got away with it. He only had like a day of food poisoning, 2 days. And
I was so smug after that one. You're like,
I was,
you
I
bitch
was,
throwing
I
up while
was,
you guys are
I was
shitting.
fucked like the worst, along with Bucks for like
Yeah,
it was
you
like
were
for
bad.
fucking a week and a half.
Oh, that's
to
right.
2
Bucks
weeks.
flew over. It was
Yeah.
right after you landed too.
Yeah, no,
That sucked this whole time.
yeah,
You were just sick.
We
That was misery.
bonded. We bonded through having to shit every 20 minutes.
Bonded through
Dude,
misery.
just imagine. I must have. I at one point, like in the middle, I was like, I just have to keep a log of like how frequently. So I kept like a time.
You're producing quite a few logs, man.
It was. They were not. They were
They were
not
not
logs.
logs.
They were not. It was. I think it was like every 10 to like 20 minutes, I'd have to shit for like 10.
Yeah.
So
Or
it was
puke.
like Yeah, or puke. It was mostly shit by that point. I thankfully got over the puking stage quite early.
What the fuck did we eat, bro?
Beef tartare, raw beef.
That was
Something
like
like that.
bad, even like because when you tell people we got food poisoning, most people are like, "Oh yeah, I've had that before." It's like not that bad. It was
No,
like one
dude.
day of like kind of a bad day.
That
For
was
us,
shit
it was
that could
actual hell.
That was shit that they could have. I had to go to the hospital.
died,
they
bro.
told. They
Yeah,
told,
that's right. You went to the fucking
Yeah,
hospital. That's right.
they
You're so
had to-
low in fluid.
They had to put me on an IV. I remember going there. I show up. I fucked up. I look fucked up. I'm like almost puking into a bucket, almost shitting myself. Remember, I shat myself when we went to the fucking the GP together, the general practitioner. We went
Yeah.
to
Oh my god, we were sitting in that waiting room.
I was throwing up into the bucket, and then I shat myself, and then Ryan had to get me a spare pair of underwear.
Bro.
That was fucking.
The looks we were getting
AIDS,
from other
bro.
people in that waiting room, we must have looked so fucked up.
Dude, we were.
And then and
Fucked up.
everyone else, I think, like the nurses and stuff, were kind of assuming that we were just like kids that got fucked up on drugs or something, because they were like kind of like, what
Yeah.
the fuck, like you guys are in a state. I don't know. I thought they thought we were like
Yeah.
on something, but then
Yeah.
like, nope, we just ate some fucking bad beef, bro.
Dude, we went. I went to the hospital. I sat down. Like I go up to the lady. She's like, "Yeah, come here." I was like, "I need a doctor now," and she was like, "Okay, that'll be $500." Like, okay, here. And then I went through the back. I sat down. They took like diagnostics or whatever, and then they were like, "Okay, yeah, you need like IV right now. You need like an IV right now." And I was like, okay. And then they put the fucking needle in. I sucked down an IV bag in 15 minutes, and then they put me on a 2-hour drip of another one. They said if I had waited 48 hours, it probably would have died of dehydration.
Jesus.
And I
Yeah,
was-
because
yeah.
the thing is that even when it started clearing up that food poisoning, I literally hated the taste of water. I couldn't drink.
I had to have the fucking. I had to have solos. I
I
was.
had to have Powerades.
I had to have the fucking like the lemonades, the solo lemonades.
That's
That was the
fucked.
only thing I could drink because it was like sour and I could keep it down.
Yeah, I was actually worried I would never enjoy water again. Because, you know, like when you're thirsty, that taste of water is so good.
Yeah.
And like that was all that I craved, was just to enjoy a nice cool glass of water, and I would go and drink it, and it
And
just
you
tasted like my
you
body was
just throw up.
rejecting it like so
Throw it
bad.
up.
Like it was like, ugh. It was like that for like a whole week, even after I stopped shitting. I just wasn't enjoying water. I was like, fuck, man, this is
That
dumb for
sounds
me.
like hell.
It was.
was.
It was the worst thing
It was
ever.
probably
it was actually so
one
bad.
of the biggest trials I've ever gone through.
Yeah, which sounds kind of stupid, like we're just saying food poisoning, but it was more than food poisoning.
It was legit.
fucked.
We were legitimately
Fuck.
poisoned.
Fuck.
We were
It was like-
it was.
yeah.
It wasn't like I had a stomach ache and
Maybe-
I had some diarrhea for 2 days. It was like no cunt. I was fucking. It was only shit.
It was a delirious state of
it
shit
was
and puke and
shit and
fucked
puke
upness.
and I was
Maybe-
just. I remember very, very vividly lying down on the floor of my shower, shaking and shivering with hot water pouring over me, and just throwing up down the drain, and then having to spin around and shit, and I was too weak to like get up and do anything. So the fucking
That's
shower
so
was
bad.
just fucked
So
for like it was like fucked
So
for three
bad, bro.
3 days.
Oh my god. Oh my
I had to
God.
clean the fucking thing. It was a mess.
Oh my fucking
Oh,
god,
dude, but god damn it, it felt really good to just lie on the floor of the shower, crying, puking, and shitting,
Oh my
and just
God.
not caring.
There's
like
no
at that
room
point, I
for
was like, I
comedy.
don't give a fuck. It'll go down the drain. It goes to the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a bleak time in the Misfits house.
Yeah.
But it's over now, and hopefully we never
Cheers.
get it. Maybe we actually were poisoned. You ever think about that? Maybe it was
Dude,
like some
I'm
person recognized
I'm-
us,
yeah,
I'm
Wait a
literally
put a couple
speculating
drops
that.
into our
Yeah.
tuna or whatever, or
Just
fucking
wanted to
beef.
fuck with you guys.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I
Were you on that trip?
Nah, no, it wasn't a trip. It was just a casual dinner.
Yeah, it was just
Oh.
literally a dinner.
And I had been there like
Yeah.
a couple times.
We've been there
with
so
them,
many
man.
times. I think
Like,
we
it was
went
the
there
one
again
time I
after
didn't
that.
go. and,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I
and
fucking got
we
lucky out of
we
it.
Damn.
fucking called up that restaurant. I remember like half a week later to tell them like, hey, like we went there, we ate the beef tartare, and now like some of our guys look like they're gonna fucking die. And then they were like, no, you can't prove it's us.
Whoa.
Yeah, they were like, no, can't prove it.
That's fucked. I
Would
didn't
you
know
like
that.
to make a reservation?
We actually
you
went
know?
back to that restaurant and I fainted. So.
Yeah, not a good track
That place
record,
is
dude.
bad sushi. Let's
Place
not
is
go there
awful.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking full passed out. This German
that.
doctor had to like hold my legs up.
Yeah. That was the Fitz Almost Died podcast.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We talked
yeah.
It
about
could have
that
been like an
story.
overwhelming feeling of being back there, or
Nah, PTSD sort of thing. I don't know.
I don't even think
it
so.
was sleep deprivation and floor weed. I smoked
Yeah,
some,
you
weed, some
smoked
bad
off the
weed,
floor.
and I just got like nauseous, bro. I got crazy high.
That's fucked.
That was strong weed. That shit was fucked.
That was crazy.
Well, it wasn't even you. It was Blue as well.
Blue also got fucked. Yeah,
Yeah, he
He's
fainted
editing this
too.
podcast right now. G'day, buddy.
Hey.
And speaking of the podcast, it's kind of the end of the show.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's time to get in our car and Go to the fucking snow, eh?
Yep.
do
Sorry
it.
if we were a little delirious today. We were a little tired,
Nah,
bit cranky,
That's
bit
all
hungry.
right.
But that's
I
all right.
enjoyed it.
We'll be back next week with a story from this little journey we're gonna go on.
Kobe will join us as he has right
And
now.
then I'll fuck off again.
Forever.
Forever.
We'll bury him in the
Yeah,
backyard.
I'll
And
be
that'll be that.
gone. My job is done.
Yeah, that'll be that.
All right. Well, make sure you guys check out Kobe on YouTube
Hey.
and on Twitch. You want
Thanks.
to shout yourself out?
Yeah, it's Kobe J on YouTube and Kobe KJ on Twitch.
Pog.
That's not confusing.
Poggers.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good one. We'll see you next
Bye.
week.
Love you. Peace.